So we are well into the production of the third generation Tundra, and to be honest, just about everything is better than the predecessor. We have one major problem. There's no front recovery points on these trucks. Slee Off-Road has your solution. The Slee Off-Road recovery points are broken into two major components. The main major component is the frame-mounted bracket. This frame-mounted bracket is made out of 1/4-inch steel. It attaches all the way back just in front of the steering rack. We go through the frame with a 1/2-inch bolt here on the upper side. Forward of that 1/2-inch bolt, come to the middle of the frame, and we have an additional 1/2-inch bolt. Located at the sway bar, the Slee Off-Road frame plate sandwiches between the factory frame and the original sway bar bracket. In doing so, the sway bar does move down and rearward slightly, requiring a little bit of opening up of the original holes. It does retain the factory bolts, however. From this angle, you can see the Slee Off-Road frame bracket, how it is sandwiched underneath the sway bar mount itself and comes forward. It grabs the full front of the frame as well. The two factory frame bolts are reused and sandwiched in this location. Additionally, we have another bracket that comes up and bolts using two 10mm bolts into the factory crash bar. These brackets are sold side specific. If you choose to only have a recovery point on one side, a spacer will be included to allow this distance on the opposite side. We have two choices when it comes to the recovery points themselves. This is the Deluxe recovery point. The intention of this is to protrude through the factory bumper cover and be in the front of the vehicle, as you can see here. This recovery point is machined on the edges so it can be used safely with a soft shackle, and additionally has a lower mounted recovery point. These recovery point locations are intended to pull in line with the factory frame for the utmost durability. If you choose to not trim your factory bumper cover, we have a second choice. Our basic recovery point mounts underneath the frame only and does not require any trimming in the bumper cover. However, both recovery point choices do require vehicles with the factory air dam to be removed. If choosing the Deluxe recovery point, it was designed and located specifically to use the indention that was part of the factory bumper design and locate accordingly. If you are choosing this is a good example of the hole that needs to be cut. In order to achieve this hole, we generally recommend drilling 4 holes in the corners and then using your air saw to connect those holes. Additionally, behind this, there is a small plastic flange that also needs to be trimmed out slightly. Seen here is our Deluxe cut version of our recovery point. This recovery point is manufactured out of 3/4-inch solid steel. The holes or eyelets for your shackles are then chamfered or machined for proper use with your soft shackles without damaging them on the edges. That goes for both the lower mount and the forward mount locations. This 3/4-inch steel is then welded to a 1/4-inch steel plate. That 1/4-inch steel plate bolts to the also 1/4-inch plate of our frame mounting brackets. This lower location, when used, is going to be your more durable option as it's closer to the mounting point. However, when using as an upward recovery pull, there could be some damage to the front bumper cover. In those cases, you would use the front mount location as it allows for free and clear pulls as to not damage anything behind it.
Okay.
Seen here is the recovery point for a no-cut application. The recovery points, independent of what you choose, mount to the massive frame mounting brackets using 4 1/2-inch grade 8 bolts. The intention of this no-cut bracket is such that it pulls in a straight line and clears the bumper cover. However, anytime there is an upward pull, you do have to be careful not to damage the factory bumper cover. We've now learned about all the individual components and how they attach to the frame for the recovery points of your third generation Tundra. In summary, when making your choices, the main frame brackets are sold as a left and a right location. 2 can be chosen or just one side. The recovery points themselves are chosen as either a no cut or a cut, and you would need one option per frame mounting bracket. Choose what works best for you. As always, give us a call if you have any questions. We're here to help you. The installation of this is very straightforward. The instructions are going to be available on the website if you want to see what's involved ahead of time, and we're here to help. Give us a call, 1-888-4x4-SLEE. Thank you.